Hello, my sweet friends and subscribers. The little short 2-minute that I wanted to do to prepare you for this video to kind of explain what's been going on with me and where I am and what has happened and what is going to be happening. So I do ask one thing. I hope you'll watch this entire video. It's not going to be real long, but I have to explain what's been going on and what's coming in the future. So just bear with me and watch the entire thing, because I will not be able to reply. I may a heart or something like that, love or something like that, but I'm not going to be able to reply to all of it because there's too much going on, okay? But anyway, it's good to be back. When I recorded that little 2-minute video yesterday and I sit down to kind of just put it together, no thumbnail, no nothing, no any editing. It's just, I'm like, what do I do? I don't even know how to run the computer. It's been so long. But I do want to say the videos that you have been watching have been recorded for a while, for weeks and sometimes a couple of months. Or longer. And I have one more on my desktop that will be going. It's about anyway, the one that's going to be coming up has been recorded for a while too, so it's nothing that's going to be new. Okay, now that I'm here in front of my camera, I have a turtleneck on. It's quite cold in my East Tennessee today, and has been cold, and it's going to be really cold tonight, really cold. I'm like, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I try to catch up and let you know what's going on? I have on a turtleneck and just a little bit of makeup, just a little bit of base, and have a little bit of brow on. We've been, it's Sunday morning, and we went to get our COVID shots down at Walgreens. Our hubby and I went to get our COVID shots this morning, and we normally get those earlier in the fall, but it just didn't happen this year. So how do I, just bear with me, because this is very, very hard for me to get out. The people that have, my subscribers that have been with me for some time, know that this issue that I have my SI joint has been going on now for about 8 months. Okay, it started end of April, 1st of May. And I'll take you back and try to bring you up to date to what has happened and what is happening now and what is going to be happening this month. Okay, I started out with the pain in my SI joint after the x-rays and the MRI and all that. So I had the bilateral SI joint injections, 95 to 100% on the left, which was the worst, and 25 on the right. So he went ahead and done it bilateral. Okay, everybody knows that that's been with me. So anyway, I went back, and then I know I'm repeating a lot of this for you who have followed me along this, but I went back and still was not doing much better. So I ordered therapy. He ordered an SI joint belt, and he ordered a compound 5 medication rub that I rub on the site, okay? And that just still, I didn't get much relief at all with that. So he wanted another MRI. I went for the second MRI. This is the second MRI that he sent me for. He wanted to see if there was anything pressing on maybe the L4, the L5, L4 that was pressing on that joint that was causing this pain. So, okay, we scheduled that. And anybody that's had any procedures done lately, it takes a long time to get another MRI. It takes a long time to get tests scheduled, which is, it's not right for our country to have to go through this, but that's the way it is. And so he ordered another MRI. He wanted to see that, so I waited to get that scheduled, and when I went back to see him for the follow-up visit, I took the disc with me. He looked at that, loaded it, and come back in, and he said, I think it's the L4 L5. I believe it's the L4. There's been so much in my life lately, so bear with me. It's hard to remember exactly, but I believe it was the L4. But he said there's something going on there that's pressing, and I'm trying to decide at this point what to do to help you. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a nerve block in the SI joint, or to go ahead and do the send you to the surgeon for the infusions in back there for the pain. And he said I might go ahead and do the nerve block, and if that don't work, then we'll go ahead and schedule you for the fusions. So I said okay. So I got a letter the other day that said the surgery is actually, well, we went ahead and did the other SI joint. Let me back up. We went ahead and done the second after that. He went ahead and scheduled me for the second SI joint on the left side only. Only on the left side, then a second SI joint injection, X-ray guided, to see if that was, maybe that one would take and that one would help. Well, it's better, and the second one is actually better than the first one. But hang on, friends, it gets deeper. So anyway, in the process of trying to do what I could do, I stopped therapy and stopped all that, just doing what I can do to give myself a little bit of peace, okay? And I had told this earlier, that I had been laying on my right side. I sleep on my back a lot, but I sleep on my right side to try to alleviate. I couldn't lay on my left side to try to alleviate that. So this was way back. I don't know, in September. I got the first set and then the second, and this was in September. So I had end up with a shoulder, collarbone, and shoulder problem. So I had to go to orthopedic here in my city and get steroid injections, here and back here in the shoulder, and now the shoulder is doing much, much better. Those two double injections took care of that. Okay. And I guess it was just all the stress, I want to tell you a little bit of personal. I've repeated this before, and those of you who've been with me a long time know, if you've watched, you've heard what I'm about to say. I have an inner ear condition called Meniere's disease, and I was diagnosed with this condition. I'm 76, and I was diagnosed with this condition probably when I was around 50, early 50s, something like that. I was sent by my ENT to speech and hearing. They did a hearing test there at the office. Then I was sent to speech and hearing for an ECOG, where they put the microphones and they measure the sound waves. And by that point, I was pretty far losing my hearing was going. And this Meniere's disease causes hearing loss. It causes severe vertigo, and you can get very, very nauseous when you get the vertigo attack. So I had started having some dizzy issues, but that's not the bottom line of it. Let me move ahead to all that stress that I had been going through all these months, along with some foods that I probably should not have eat. Stress is a big offender to Meniere's disease. Sodium is a big offender to Meniere's disease. Spicy foods and sweets. So I had kind of with all these issues going on, I was just like at my wit's end. I just thought, okay, instead of an apple, I'm going to grab something sweet. I'm just, what's the point? Because nothing, but what's the point? So I had to dig deep back down in my soul and pull up and say, okay, is going to throw me off. This is going to throw me off big time. So, and it did, and it did. It did. So, and I had a little bout, but it got worse. It got worse. So in the meantime, I started having eye issues. And again, you with my beautiful subscribers that have been with me so long, you have heard me say on my channel, I have an eye condition called Fuchs dystrophy. Fuchs dystrophy. And I have been diagnosed with that well over 20 years ago, 20 years. Or something like that. And if I probably could have had the surgery then, it probably would have been easier. But I could not because I was a caregiver to my first husband. We were married just under 45 years. And I lost him to Alzheimer's and cancer, lung cancer. And I was a caregiver. And I took care of him for 8 years. So I was on the back burner, and my health. And, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do to take care of your family and your spouse and just your family, right? And you put yourself on the back burner. Okay, and you know, I've remarried again 7 years ago. And my husband is disabled and has cancer, and I'm a caregiver again. So I think I had scheduled this surgery a couple of times in the past and had to cancel it because my husband had to have emergency surgery and other things like that for caring and all that. So there again, I went on the back burner, but that's okay. God takes care of me. It's okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I kind of had a little bit of a headache, you know. I took some Tylenol. We went on to bed, and I laid on my left side, and I turned over. I just, you know, woke up to go to the bathroom, and I turned over on my back. And when I turned over on my back, my house started spinning and would not stop. It was I was experiencing just a sudden jerk or just a sudden move. And when I turned over on my back, like I said, the house just started spinning and it wouldn't stop. And I knew the brain goes with that equilibrium. And you know, I'm laying there and I'm holding on, but yet it's just spinning. The vertigo got worse. It got worse. And I was in bed. I was in bed for a while. I was in bed. I mean, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get up. I couldn't sit up. I tried to sit up after I laid there for a while. Excuse me. After I laid there for a while, I tried to sit up on the side of the bed, and it would come again. And you know, you don't dare get up, right? So, what do you do? But pray. What do you do? It's, if you know anybody personally that is tormented by this horrible Meniere's disease, you know what I'm saying right now. You know exactly what I'm saying. If you personally have experienced this or have this disease yourself, you know what I'm saying. You've been through it. It can come on at any given time. You can be driving. You can be going down a stair. You can just be going about your normal life, and all of a sudden it hits you and you don't have any control, and you can really, really get hurt. So in the meantime, I was having eye issues. In the meantime, with the Meniere's disease, forget the SI joint at this point because it's on the back burner. I was having the Meniere's attack, and I was having eye issues as well. And I've said this before, I have that eye condition called Fuchs dystrophy, and I've needed that surgery, as I just said. Well, I have backed myself in a corner, And when I went in to see my primary care, not my primary care, excuse me, when I went in to see my corneal specialist, Halloween, he had a long discussion with me, and he had told me, I said, I've got, you know, my eyes kind of getting really scratchy, like there's something in it, like there's something in it. I've put my drops. I use Miro 4 times a day for the edema. I use other lubricating drops, and it just feels like there's something in it. It's getting worse. And he said, we had a long conversation, and he said, you know, I know you told me you're facing this SI joint back surgery, but you know, we really need to do this pretty quick, because you're in trouble. You're in trouble, and we need to do something. So I thought maybe it was just like some of the other times. I had just put it on the back burner, because when you have this surgery, if it don't take, then you're lost. You maybe lost your eye, but I'm losing it anyway. So I know I'm rattling, but just please bear with me. I'm trying to remember all this, but I've been through so much. But anyway, I have been to 6 or 7 different office visits with my eyes in the past, not even 4 weeks. There's is a big, bear with me just a second. Anyway, long story short, the eye issue got worse. It's my right eye. My right eye is the worst, okay? And I had all these visits, and they gave me, started using steroids, special drops, the Miro drops every hour, steroids, different things, whatever they could do to kind of get me through. So I had, the pain got progressively worse. So I called in the middle of the night, and they told me to go to my city, which was right here in my city. I had a friend drive me over there, and she says, you know, I'm going to give you some more 2 days of steroids, and that's all. But I want you to see your major doctor. And he was out of town. I want you to see him the next day. He was out of town. His son is also a corneal specialist, and his daughter is a corneal specialist. He was out of town, so I had to go the next day back to UT Hospital, up there to UT, to see his son. And he said, you need the surgery. You need the surgery. So I kept going back here and back here and back here, because the pain just got progressively worse. Okay, to bring you up to date, all of those visits and everything that's been going on. I'm filming this on Sunday. I went this past Wednesday, I went to my doctor, and he put a special contact in this eye to try to help the eye slip, where it don't feel like there's a boulder, a truck in my eye. Put that there, and to try to help push that in. It's almost like, this is a wrong analogy, but it's almost like an egg or a bird egg hatching, and it's trying to poke through. It's trying to poke through to get out. Well, that's what's happening to my eye. That's what's happening to my eye, and that poking, that sticky prick feeling that I'm feeling, that feels like there's a truck in my eye, it's trying to break. It's trying to break through. There's pressure. Well, one night I had pain, so he put that special contact in there this past Wednesday, and today's Sunday. Now I go back Tuesday. I go back to him to see my regular doctor. No more of the other doctors. It's always from him from now on. So he's going to check the contact and check it and take it out and put another one in, hopefully. I'm not sure what he's going to do at that point, but hopefully he'll put one in. So I do have some relief. I do have some relief. But we went out this morning to get the COVID shots because I needed that. We both needed COVID shots. But long story short, what I've been through with the SI joint, what I've been through with the shoulder, what I've been through with the Meniere's attack was, I was on prednisone with the Meniere's attack I finished my medication this morning, a heavy, heavy prednisone. I mean, I have my face white, almost white makeup to cover it. I have blisters right under here that you really can't see. I have blisters in my hands. My hands are like almost just sores on my hands because of the prednisone, and my neck and my décolleté. But you know, you got to take it. It burns you, but you got to take it, and it just gets so hot. Well, anyway, my friends, let me bring it down to the bottom line. I need the cornea surgery bad. And I asked him, I said, you know, could we possibly schedule it? Let me get through Christmas. Can we possibly schedule it for January? You know, let me get through Christmas with, you know, with these. No. You can't do that. It's not going to work. You need it now. So I go back Wednesday to change the contact and like put another one in. Then I go December the 19th to have the laser treatment in my eye. They're going to do the laser where they're going to put a hole in there and they're going to shoot the bubble in there so the human implant, the human implant of the implant that they're going to put in there, my new eye is going to stick and adhere to that. So this will be on the 19th is when I have the laser surgery, and they put that in there. And then my corneal special surgery is scheduled for New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve of all days, but you know, that's okay. I'll be celebrating and we're hoping that it'll take, because I have autoimmune disease called lupus, and my body may reject that totally. And I ask a question, how will I know if it won't take? And I was told I will be in the most extreme pain that there is if it don't take. So what they will do from there, I don't know. I just don't know. I have a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of stress. I have a lot of concerns. I have a lot of fear because, you know, when they go into your eye to take it out and put another human implant in your eye, it's scary. And it's a lengthy surgery. It's something that takes a lot of time to heal. So I wanted to do this video, and I know I didn't mean to get it this long, but I will pop on here from time to time and give you updates of what's going on, what's progressing, and hopefully, if I can, within a few days after I come back from the doctor, the 19th, after having the laser, I will pop on here and let you know where I'm at that point. And after the surgery, when I can, I will get on here, but I'm going to be absent from YouTube for a while. So I'm asking you for, first of all, for your prayers, for the doctor, which is a very well-known, renowned corneal specialist. Very, very high credentials. I know that God will work through His hands to do what He needs to do to save my eye. And when this one heals, if everything goes okay, as we pray that it will, then 5 or 6 months down the road, I'm going to have the other one done. So we wanted to start, this one started acting up first, which is my worst eye. So I know I've rattled, and I apologize. I'm trying to go by memory. I have like 2 notes right here. I have 2 notes. But I'm telling you, I took that Meniere's. I had a friend, a very good friend that lives not far, a few miles from me. And I don't know what I would have done without that good friend, because she has literally had to hold on to her because I was like, people was think I was totally drunk, and I don't even drink because, you know, it wasn't, the vertigo wasn't that bad at that point because I was on the meds, but still, if I hadn't have been on the meds, you know, I couldn't have got out of bed. I just couldn't have got out of bed. So, as I said, I need your prayers to get me through these. Number one, to make sure this contact lens, that special lens that he put in here, stays in there till it's time for it to change, and hopefully he'll put another one in. I need your prayers through the laser to put that bubble in there. And I really need your prayers on New Year's Eve. I'm having this surgery in the afternoon. I have to be there at 1, and I think my surgery is scheduled for 2 o'clock on New Year's Eve. So while you're ringing in, preparing for the new year in 25, I would have definitely appreciated if you would say just a prayer for me, because I believe in prayer. I have faith. I have faith that it's going to be okay. It's been a rough year, but you gotta hang in there. I'm backed in a corner now. I have no choice. He's trying everything he can to save my eye. Everything he can to save my eye. One night I called again, 3, 4 in the morning, the answering service, and I was laying in bed, and it was like I was laying flat with my eye closed. It was like somebody took a writing pen or a brush, some kind of point, dropped it and just stabbed in my eye. It got progressively worse. It got progressively worse till I probably had maybe 12, 15 of those. And I was in the doctor's office the next morning. It's excruciating, my friends. It's excruciating. So anyway, I did get a letter and all the paperwork from my SI joint doctor that they had went ahead and scheduled surgery for January 2nd. And I called and I said, you know, these eyes take priority right now over that. Everything else is going to be put on hold. So I called him and I said, I can't do that surgery January 2nd because I'm having corneal transplant in my right eye New Year's Eve. You know, so that's where I stand. I will give you updates as I can, but please, I ask you for your prayers. I ask you for your support, and most of all, your patience. In February, I will have had my channel 3 years. And until a few weeks ago, I don't know, 3, 4 weeks ago, it was the very first time I had missed uploading a video on Thursday. Sometimes I would upload 2 a week, but not very. So my friends, that's the scoop. That's the scoop. What a way to end the year, right? If you're interested at all, and I'm not good at explaining this because I feel like my head sometimes is this big. It's just so full of all this stuff has been happening to me since May, and it's a lot to go. What I've been through is nothing compared to what I'm going to have to go through New Year's Eve. But if you're interested and you can want to know a little bit more about what I'm explaining about the Meniere's inner ear disease or the Fuchs dystrophy, the eye condition, just go on the line, go on Google it, and you know, you can understand a little bit more than probably I can tell you. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm just not nervous. I'm plain scared. And I know that I have no choice to do this. I have to do this because there is no other way. So, my friends, I have missed you. Please understand that if I can't, I will read your comments when I can. but I'm not going to be able to do any social media for a while because I need to rest all I can, save my eye, rest, 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 and know this and know that. Today is the first day I have driven in, I don't know, it's been a long time. I've been chauffeured around to doctors, and to doctors. Today's the first day I've driven in a long time. So it was kind of strange, and first thing I done when I got in my car was just prayed. When I got there, I just prayed to God to get me, you know, where I needed to go and get me back, because I really need that COVID shot prior to this surgery. So just please understand, please don't unsubscribe, because this is out of my control. I would love to be right here at my makeup table doing a face, putting on my makeup, doing a get ready with me that you guys love so much, if I could. But I've got almost white makeup on my face to cover up. It's going down, but I can't do any eye makeup. I can't, none of that, no, none of that. I've got a little lip gloss on, and that's it, just to make myself presentable to get down there and get that and get back. So that's the story. I hope I haven't rattled too long, but please don't give up on me. Just stay with me. Check on my channel. And if you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when I do upload, when I can upload a video, and it'll be quick. But I can't wait to get back to my table, my dressing table with all my cosmetics and my brushes, and let you see my new eye. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a blessed, blessed New Year to you and your family. So I'm going to cut it off and say goodbye for now. But stay with me, my friends. Stay with me, and I hope you have watched this entire video, when it won't maybe be so long once I edit all this stuff out. But I thank you for watching today from the bottom of my heart, and I need your support. I need your support. I really do. I didn't want you to think that YouTube had kicked me off, or something had happened, or maybe serious, you know, something really happened to me. So I wanted to upload that little video yesterday telling you I would do this video and explain a little bit more what's going on with Lee, okay? I love you, my friends. I need your prayers. Until later, I'll say goodbye. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.